Hello everyone, and welcome back to another new tutorial that we have for you today. So as you know, this is my tutorial projects, and we've done quite a few tutorials in here, so feel free to go check those other ones out. In the last few we did a crow companion in the main menu in a win condition. So we'll finish that main menu later, which is this one here. But for now, we're going to get into today's stream. First, I want to show you this animal variety pack is going to be for other animal stuff that we're going to do later. This spruce forest, I'm working on figuring out in elemental stuff and show you all how to set that up if I can manage to get it. And I set up a map. I think under third person for a snow level for that. Anyway, today's tutorial, I just want to mention before we start here, I had created a tutorial folder that you could upload into, so that way, like any things that blueprints, widgets, and other stuff, you can keep them all organized and in one area. So that's the best way to do it. So that's what I recommend. So I made one for a minimap and decal, which I made those separate, but then you got assets, which is the new folder I just made. The blueprints and widgets are separate folders as well, but I want to show you what I did for this one. So I added pictures that I want to use for different things, such as the decal, but for the example of this newest one, different pictures you can use for your images, and I can change it up. I can show you how to do that. So you come in here, the second breakfast pictures. This egghead one is right over here over on the wall, and yeah, you can choose different images to use for your background images, and so I want to show you how to do that. So again, in this one, we're going to be making a loading screen coming off this main menu, and as you press new game, instead of just loading the level, then it will go into the loading screen and then into the game. So to do that, we'll have to go to the widgets folder in the tutorial, as I just showed you that I have that set up. Okay, I don't have one created for this yet, so right click, go to user interface, widget blueprints, user widget, and we'll call this WB or WBP, in this case WBP because I've been labeling them all that, and then we'll call this loading screen. And it's blank at first, but that's fine. Control S to save. Open it right up, and again it's blank. You're going to need to create this from scratch, so I'm going to help you out with that. You're going to drag this canvas panel from the panel part either here or onto your thing and drop it. So now, as you see in the hierarchy, it updated. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put an image so that way you can change the image of what you want it to be. So just like the main menu, it started out with changing the color, but it's white until you change it. But first, go over here to anchors and then make it full screen. So that way it's not just in one area of the screen. And instead of a color or tint or anything, we're going to choose one of our second breakfast pictures here. So we'll use this one here. And then we'll rename this second breakfast image, so we know what it is. Alright, next thing, we're going to come up here to search library, because obviously you don't want this lines and stuff in the background, so you want to blur that out. So look for a blur and then drag this onto your canvas panel, and then readjust it to where it's on top of the image, and readjust it on your Z order over here. Make it -1, so it goes behind everything. And drag this so it covers your whole screen. because then if you do it like this, obviously it doesn't really do much, right? But you want it to do the whole screen, so go whole screen again around it. But then obviously it's still not working properly because you need your background to be blurred. So you got to come down here to blur strength, and then let's just make it 20. Now you can see it's just a dark gray in the background. And then X out of this thing here, or just backspace the blur, and then we'll come back to this. So take a text block and bring it down here. Depending on what image you use, you may place the text block wherever. There is multiple ways to make loading screens, but this is just the way I'm choosing to do mine. So now loading text, because that's what it is, right? Okay, and put level now loading ... and then you want to size this to content. And then bring this down here, so that way it stays right here when the screen pops up. So go to compile, save. So now we got our loading screen, right? Okay. The next thing would be we got to come up on this main menu, because that is what the only thing we have right now. We don't have multiple levels, and so you can do it between levels, things like that. But in this case, we only have our main menu, so we have to go into our new game button here and make an update. So what we have to do to make this work is first, just like when we did the menu, we had to create a widget, because that's what this is, your widget, right? Select the widget that you just made, the loading screen. We're then gonna add this to our viewport because we want this to pop up on our screen, right? Alright. And then after that, we want a delay, and here's why. Because if you don't put a delay, then it's, I wouldn't say not going to show up, but it's you definitely want it to pop up on the screen. So we're going to put it for a 5-second delay there, and then we'll open up the level. Alright, so, and you don't want it to remove it from parent, because obviously that would mess this whole sequence up. So okay, so now the next thing is, from here we've now updated our widget and updated our coding on our new game button for when we're at our main menu here. So let's go to our main menu level. Let's see if this works. So we have to get rid of this health bar and the minimap, but if we hit new game, the logo pops up, and then it loads my game. So that is how you get that loading screen in there. So the next thing is figuring out, okay, you got your minimap and stuff, right? So when you have the level open you want, what you can do, instead of having it on your character, so let's go back in here and we can fix that real quick. Third person map, that's where this is all at. So if you go on the main menu level, that's how you would get the main menu stuff to pop up. But what we do is open up the level blueprints, and in here we write our coding. Okay, event begin play, and we take the stuff from our character here, because we don't want all this stuff to, you know, necessarily pop up on our main menu, right? So let's go copy this, paste this, Let's see. Health bar reference. I think we gotta make a health bar reference variable. Okay, so we just make a variable. That is health bar ref. And we'll go WBP health bar object reference. Make it be exactly the same. And there you go. Fix that problem, right? So now we could delete this out of our character. Alright. Well, let's see what that does. If it still shows up on our screen or not. Let's go back in here. Hit start. Our health bar and our mini map are now gone. And there you go. And it loads only when we're in this level. And if we had more levels, then obviously you want your stuff for that level to pop up for that level. So that's how you get that to work. So let's go back now into our third person map and end our stream there. So thank you guys for checking out this edition on how to make a loading screen from the main menu. And that's this one here. And we will see you guys on future editions.